Let's be clear. You've been eating off them thoughts, I've been living off what you saw when the course favors you. Pack now and later, that's exceptionally far. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Feet up at the streets, got a fun, it's gotta clap. Get 3 and day, seen time, sick me down. And got my souls up above on a sheet top. Shame. Let's be clear. Say, let's be clear. You've been eating off them thoughts, I've been living off what you saw when the course favors you. Pack now and later, that's exceptionally far. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Feet up at the streets, got a fun, it's gotta clap. Get 3 and day, seen time, sick me down. And got my souls up above on a sheet top. Shame. Let's be clear. Say, let's be clear. You've been eating off them thoughts, I've been living off what you saw when the course favors you. Pack now and later, that's exceptionally far. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Feet up at the streets, got a fun, it's gotta clap. Get 3 and day, seen time, sick me down. And got my souls up above on a sheet top. Shame. Let's be clear. Say, let's be clear. You've been eating off them thoughts, I've been living off what you saw when the course favors you. Pack now and later, that's exceptionally far. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Feet up at the streets, got a fun, it's gotta clap. Get 3 and day, seen time, sick me down. And got my souls up above on a sheet top. Let's be clear. You've been eating off them thoughts. I've been living off what you saw when the course favors you. Pack now and later, that's exceptionally far. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Free to cut the streets, start the fun, it's gotta clap. Get through your day, seeing time, sick me down. And got my souls up above all the she talk. Shame. Let's be clear. Say, let's be clear. You've been eating off them thoughts. I've been living off what you saw when the course favors you. Pack now and later, that's exceptionally far. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Free to cut the streets, start the fun, it's gotta clap. Get through your day, seeing time, sick me down. And got my souls up above all the she talk. Shame. Let's be clear. Say, let's be clear. You've been eating off them thoughts. I've been living off what you saw when the course favors you. Pack now and later, that's exceptionally far. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. Free to cut the streets, start the fun, it's gotta clap. Get through your day, seeing time, sick me down. And got my souls up above all the she talk. Shame. Let's be clear.
Like a tomato, hey, hey, Blakberry talk. Yeah, we up, no, we locked in. ATL, we run the game, check the top 10. Swinging, Hawks fly, Falcons run it back. Every play, every take, yeah, we speaking facts. City behind me, we never gon' fall off. Talking that smoke, got to play like a call off. Falcons in motion, they running that route. Austin transition, we running them out. Brains in the post, yeah, they swinging for real. If you ain't tapped in, then you miss a field. Blakberry got them tuned in on the daily. Everything real, we ain't talking fugazi. Numbers on live, check stats, it's amazing. We calling plays like we work for the Navy. Blakberry talk, yeah, we up, no, we locked in. ATL, we run the game, check the top 10. Swinging, Hawks fly, Falcons run it back. Every play, every take, yeah, we speaking facts like, I've been on top of the wave. We talk sports like you part of the game. Know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta explain. I'm in the booth and I'm calling the planes. Never no bias, we talking about wins. Blakberry popping, they tuning again. Straight from the A, so you know what it is. If it's a tape, let me stand on it big. Falcons need rings, we know that it's coming. Hawks on the rise, you know how they grilling. Brace in the home when we popping the bottles. ATL up, yeah, we eating the column. Blakberry talk, yeah, we up, yo, we locked in. ATL, we run the game, check the top 10. Brave swinging, Hawks fly, Falcons run it back. Every flag, every take, yeah, we speaking facts.
Shut you up. Like a dog modern,
Hey, Blakberry talk. Yeah, we up, know we locked in. ATL, we run the game, check the top 10. Brave swinging, Hawks fly, Falcons run it back. Every play, every take, yeah, we speaking facts. City behind me, we never gon' fall off. Talking that smoke, got to play like a call off. Falcons in motion, they running that route. Austin transition, we running them out. Rings in the post, yeah, they swinging for real. If you ain't tapped in, then you miss a field. Blakberry got them tuned in on the daily. Everything real, we ain't talking fugazi. Numbers on live, check stats, it's amazing. We calling plays like we work for the Navy. Blakberry talk, yeah, we up, no, we locked in. ATL, we run the game, check the top 10. Brave swinging, Hawks fly, Falcons run it back. Every play, every take, yeah, we speaking facts. Like, I've been on top of the wave. We talk sports like you part of the game. Know what I'm saying? I ain't gotta explain. I'm in the booth and I'm calling the planes. Never no bias, we talking about wins. Blakberry popping, they tuning again. Straight from the A, so you know what it is. If it's a tape, let me stand on it big. Falcons need rings, we know that it's coming. Hawks on the rise, you know how they grilling. Brace in the home when we popping the bottles. ATL up, yeah, we eating the column. Blakberry talk, yeah, we up, yo, we locked in. ATL, we run the game, check the top 10. Brave swinging, Hawks fly, Falcons run it back. Every flag, every take, yeah, we speaking facts. Hey. Say.
Let's be clear. Shoo! I had to die or die when you drive. Will make you need it all. Don't get out the life. The shed ain't on your wood. For 12 sticks of your farms, like that eat on my void. Better more terror. Big clear till you bad for. You been eating off and thoughts. I've been living off what you saw. When the court favors, you pack now and laters. That's exceptionally fraud. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. If you make your takes funny, you laugh into the bay. If you corny at the mouth, put some used to that's now home team.
Home team. What's happening, home team? This your boy Blakberry Lorex. Welcome to another edition of Let's Be Clear on a Wednesday afternoon. A lot of y'all just getting off of work. You done worked all morning and afternoon. You need something to get your mind off the bullshit that you just clocked out from. And some of you on your way to work and you need to get your mind off the bullshit that you're about to go clock into. So that's what your boy Blakberry gonna do for you at 4 o'clock today. But we gonna get it started a little earlier than usual. Why? Because your boy Blakberry got to go meet the family for some dinner time. I just got finished working a double. Your boy been doing it out here on the streets, on the block, taking care of business. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know how it be. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing rocking right exquisite. Don't know how the fuck I was just talking. What's up, man? How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing today, man? Y'all make sure y'all show some love down there in the chat. If you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. But most important, I want everybody right now, if you're really down for your boy Blakberry, if you're really down for your boy, hit that share button right now and share the stream to your Facebook, Instagram, X, Pinterest, Pornhub, XNXX account, whatever you got going on out here on the block. You can go ahead and hit that share button and share this to your respective platforms. Let everybody else experience what's going over here with the home team with Blakberry. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody coming through. Let's see who we got in the building so far. So far. We got Larry in the building. What's up with you, Larry? Larry say, what's going on, Blakberry? Rise up. I heard Raheem say everybody positioned on defense will be in competition. No position is going to be comfortable now in yesterday's interview. You don't say, Larry. You don't say. Bernard Cantrell in the building. He say, what up, home team? What's up with you, Bernard? Got A137 Sauce in the building. Boy, that's a hell of a name, boy. That's a hell. Got that A137 Sauce. That for some reason that name remind me of 2008. Studio 72. Tucker, Georgia. It's New Year's Eve. We finna bring in the new year with Waka Flocka Flame in them boys. I think that was 08. That was either 08 or 09. But for some reason, that A137 Salt, that sound like a track off of Waka Flocka or mixtape or something. Or a Travis Porter mixtape. Don't that A137 Sauce, y'all, don't that sound like something about Travis Porter mixtape? A1 Sauce, I'm so boss. What's up with your A137 Sauce? We got Georgia, Texas boy in the building. He say, what to do, Blakberry? He say, AFN and Falcons family, the new era is here. LFG, the Falcons rise in 2025 and beyond. Oh, boy, that boy right there on fire with it. Just like Michael. What's up with you, Michael? He on fire with it. Raymond Collins in the building. What's up with you, Raymond Collins? Yes, sir. King Richie in the building, one of the OGs in the gang. What's up with you, King Richie? Sherman Wood with the Rollies. Well, it's about time you showed up to what Sherman Wood, about time you showed up in my chat, boy. I ain't had a chance to introduce you in quite some time. With the Rollies. A130, you say that's the AYN is here. I like that little track. I like that little AI track. I fucks with it. He said we need the artist and the video, my boy. That Sean Carter was like, what's up with your Blakberry? Yeet, get some. Y'all know about that. That old school. That yelling. Y'all don't know nothing about back when that motherfucker Lil Jon, before he put the Lil on there and he was just John and he was in the background producing and he had yelling them out there on the street doing freak me and all that shit. That was that yeet. That ain't no Jay Uso. That ain't no yeet. That's yeet. Y'all don't know nothing about that. What's up with your day, Sean Caldwell? Georgia Tech boy say, damn, Blakberry stay late. Nah, it's by design. It's by design. Xavier Littman in the building. What's up with you, Xavier Littman with the red and black in the chat? Yes, sir. Corey Gill 5. What's happening with you, Corey? 09 was crazy. Hey, let's just say 09 was crazy. If 09 would, it's a good thing 09 ain't with 12 months. It's a good thing ain't with 365 days in a year. Because if 09 would have went on any longer, your boy Blakberry will have a real bad liver right now. My liver will be gone. And your boy probably still be spaced out till today. Till today. 09 was crazy, boy. Southside 12 in the building. What's up with Southside? The homie. Liquor with Lenore. What's up with your Liquor with Lenore? He said, what's up, folks? What we talking about today? Oh, we about to get into it. You breaking down graded lack of production. Fuck no, we ain't doing that shit today, Michael. Fuck no. You are not doing that today. What we're doing today is First, we're gonna have a little trivia. We're gonna have a little trivia first. Now, um, and then we're gonna get into the brass tacks of things. Does anybody know what's on the screen? Who can tell me what's on the screen? What are we looking at right now? What are we looking at? Y'all tell me down in the chat. What are we looking at right now? Fuck. What we got down there? Who calling it out? Corey Gill 5 say the birth of the Falcons. Ooh-wee. Yeah, money. Michael say Old Falcon Stadium. Yes, sir. Liquor, Illinois. Fulton County Stadium. And that's right, Xavier Littman, the origin. Yes, sir. A137 Sauce. The year the Falcons started in Fulton County. Hey, all of these answers are correct. That is Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, the all-purpose stadium in the ATL back in the 1960s. That's exactly what that is. Atlanta Falcon, Atlanta, not Falcon, Atlanta Fulton County Stadium back in the 1960s. This is the birthplace of the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons, 1965, were founded in 1965, but officially took their first snap in their first regular season game in 1966, right there in Atlanta Falcon. I'm fucking Falcon in Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, all-purpose stadium for the city of Atlanta. Played baseball. They had base. They were still doing baseball there, college games there, professional games. They was doing everything. Hell, they was doing field days for some of the high schools at the goddamn Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. All-purpose stadium for Atlanta, man. This place held a lot of sentimental value to the citizens of Atlanta back then, and a lot of our, elders that can remember going to events at this stadium. They got stories for days, man. I can sit and talk with my uncles and my aunts and my my mom. I could talk with them for days about all the stories they got of attending events at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. And when the Falcons in 1966 took their first snap right there in that stadium, their first regular season snap, it was the beginning of the Falcons becoming a part of every household family in Atlanta, being part of the family in Atlanta. But y'all know this when I got to get real with you. It was also the beginning of a culture of failure in Atlanta for a brand new team that started off very, very, very wrong in their factioning. If you don't know, I've talked about this a number of times over the years, how the destiny of failure that was just birched upon the Falcons in Atlanta was of nobody's fault except for one person and one person only. And that's Rankin Smith Sr. The 15th franchise in the NFL merger were the Atlanta Falcons. Coincidentally, this year, in our 60th anniversary year, the Falcons have the 15th pick in the 2025 draft. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in just a moment. They were the 15th awarded franchise for the National Football League in 1965. And Rankin Smith Sr. was accepted into ownership in 1966 uh, uh, for the Atlanta Falcons, in which he had the opportunity to hire Vince Lombardi, head coach of the Green Bay Packers, to be the first head coach of our Atlanta Falcons. But instead, somehow, some way, don't know how. Well, I do know how, but I'm not going to go deep into it because we stand on the surface. For this video, for this live, we stand on the surface. But instead, they went with someone that was under him in Green Bay, a defensive coach, a defensive back coach, to be more specific, Norb Hecker. Norb Hecker is selected to be the head coach for the Atlanta Falcons in 1966. And that was at the expense of not selecting Vince Lombardi, who, if you don't know, his name is on the trophy that everyone is trying to win in the National Football League now. So if I hurt y'all feelings a little bit in this one, it's intentional. If I make you mad, it's intentional. But it's to bring awareness. It's to bring awareness to how important the 2025 season, the 60th birthday season of the Atlanta Falcons in June of this year, will be the anniversary of 60 years of the Atlanta Falcons. 60 years. What's up with you, Jonte Rose? Yeah. What's up with y'all? Southside say the Falcon stink seems to have finally infected the Braves. What's so funny, Joe? It's so bad, man. We ain't talked about the Braves yet, and we probably won't. We probably won't start talking about the Braves until we get in somewhere around like June. We get in June, we might start talking about Braves over here. But we ain't talking about the Braves while they funking up the goddamn field right now. We not doing it. Got to get on base, man. They can barely get on base. But Nerb Hecker, defensive back coach, the very first head coach of these Atlanta Falcons. This what your boy Blakberry finna do. I'm finna give you a sense of where our Falcons have come, of how if they've come a long way from the beginning. Give you a sense of where they've come to now today, and then I'm as I'm explaining to you that in itself, you're going to hear the evidence of why the Falcons have had some of the most historic letdowns in NFL history, of why they come up short, of why they have the bad voodoo around them as a franchise. And it seems as though that we can't get over the proverbial humps. So In the end of this all, though, I will not stay in a state of obscurity. I will not stay in that state. I will explain why 2025 is going to be the breakout season for the beginning of a very long cultural history of winning pedigree. I'm going to explain why. After 60 years, I'm going to explain why. But in the meantime, before we get there, I got to give y'all the good, the bad, the real bad, the ooh so shitty, and the ugly. I got to give it to you. And then we going to go over why the fan base needs to be more urgent, have more of a sense of urgency, why the franchise need to have more of a sense of urgency of winning now. We finna get into it. Nerve Hecker. We're going to go down the list of coaches. Nerve Hecker, first coach of the Atlanta Falcons in 1966, defensive coach, a defensive-minded coach. Norm Van Brocklin, offensive-minded coach. More specifically, his special expertise was that of the backfield on offense. Marion Campbell, defensive-minded coach, more specifically the defensive line. Pat Pepler, interim coach, he means nothing. Lehman Bennett, offensive-minded coach, more specifically the backfield and wide receivers. Dan Henning, offensive-minded head coach, more specifically the quarterbacks, wide receivers. Marion Campbell, again, defensive-minded coach, more specifically the line. Jim Hannafin, interim coach, he means nothing. Jerry Glanville, a lot of Falcon fans' favorite, defensive-minded coach, more specifically the defensive ends and the linebackers. June Jones, offensive-minded head coach, more specifically quarterbacks and wide receivers. Oh, and Jerry Glanville, he was also a special teams coach and a DB coach. I mean, he was all over the place, Jerry Glanville. Jack of all trades, that guy. Dan Reeves, offensive-minded coach, more specifically the backfield. Wade Phillips, interim head coach, he meant nothing to us. Jim Morrow, defensive-minded coach, DBs to be exact. Bobby Petrino, that funky bitch, offensive-minded coach, quarterbacks and wide receivers to be more specific. Emmett Thomas, he was interim, he means nothing. Mike Smith, defensive-minded head coach, more specifically linebackers. Dan Quinn, defensive-minded head coach, more specifically defensive line. Raheem Morris, interim head coach at the time, he meant nothing. Arthur Smith, offensive line. And Raheem Morris again, defensive-minded head coach, more specifically defensive back specialists. Did anybody notice a trend? Did anybody notice a trend? Anybody? King Richard said that was the start of the Falcons' hate in 1966 when they did not hire Vince Lombardi, and instead they hired the peon that was coaching the defensive backs for Green Bay. Shutter. What's the trend? Michael say defense. Out of this long list of coaches, and granted, you're gonna have a list about this long for most teams. But what was the trend here from beginning to end? I'm gonna see if somebody get it. Michael say defense. He being too vague, too broad. What's up with you, Maggie? First lady in the building. What's up with you, Maggie? Y'all made sure last night, your boy, the Loch Ness did his show on the Loch Ness podcast on YouTube, also on Atlanta Falcon Nation. So y'all make sure y'all go check his show out on the Loch Ness podcast. That's the Loch Ness, like the Loch Ness Monster, LOCHNESS, the Loch Ness podcast, and you can check it out on Atlanta Falcon Nation as well. But go check that show out. That aired last night. Lady Birds of AFN did not come on last night, but I know they gonna be back like they never left at some point. So y'all make sure to stay tuned for Lady Birds of AFN. But make sure you go check out the recording of Lock show last night on Atlanta Falcon Nation, or more preferably on the Loch Ness podcast. Michael say defense. Bernard Cantrell say a lot of losing. You done had that many coaches. You're not wrong, but not the answer I'm looking for. Not the answer I'm looking for. Maggie say she good getting through the workday. Hey, I just finished pulling that double. I started working 9 o'clock last night. I just parked the truck. It's time to go eat. You hear me? It's time to go eat. I'm gonna talk some shit with y'all for a little bit. I was gonna drop the link in the chat. Not gonna do it because I got to go eat with my old lady and my kids. I cannot drop the link that y'all have me talking shit all goddamn day because I know somebody gonna come on here and say some dumbass shit. Somebody like Georgia, Texas boy saying that dumbass shit because he a walking fucking encyclopedia for fucking football and he know every date and name for every goddamn thing that done happen with the Falcons and with the NFL. Like somebody give a fuck about all that goddamn shit. I'm talking football, and this motherfucker talking about what the fuck somebody done went when they left this motherfucker and went to that motherfucker and did that. I don't give a fuck. I'm talking football. Y'all know what it is. Georgia Test boy, that's my homie though. That's my homie. That's my homie. But I know he gonna go on here and say shit I don't like. I know he is. I can't wait to see the son bitch though at the red and black event. Can't wait to see him. I know he gonna come through. And you need to bring that Falcon car too. So we can take some pictures with that motherfucker. Yes, sir. Bernard Cantrell, a lot of first-time coaches. Actually, a lot of these coaches had head coaching experience. A lot of them did have head coaching experience, but I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the answer. Where's the identity at in the hiring of the coaches? Where is it? Where's the identity that you're trying to establish for your franchise, for your football team? Oh, you sold that thing, boy? He said he sold that bitch. All right, do what you got to do. I remember he showed us a picture of that shit. That shit was fly, boy. That shit was fly. Where's the identity that you're trying to establish for your franchise? Nerve Hecker, defensive-minded coach, specifically the defensive backs. The next hire is an offensive head coach, running backs. His specialty was running backs, offensive-minded head coach. The third hire is back on the defensive side of the ball, but it's defensive line. The next hire that wasn't an interim was Lehman Bennett, an offensive-minded coach. From the beginning, your boy Rankin Smith didn't know what the fuck he wanted this team to look like. What's up with you, man, pal? Can we see? I hear this question asked a lot. What's our identity? What's our identity? And then people try to make up that we had an identity. We ain't never had no motherfucking identity, man. We've never had a real identity. We've never had one thing we were going to be known for. And that's what we continue to go for. We've never, ever had that. In the 60 years of our franchise, we haven't had that consistency. This is literally how our coaching has went. This is literally our head. Listen to the head coaching. Defense, offense, defense, offense, offense, interim, and defense, offense, offense, defense, offense, defense, defense, offense, back to defense. Does that sound like a team with an identity crisis? It absolutely does sound like a team with an identity crisis. It absolutely does. Deion Sanders came to the Atlanta Falcons in 1989, I believe. 1989. Jared Glanville, defensive-minded coach. People wonder why. I think that was Glanville that was coaching when Deion left. I think that was still Jared Glanville. But he was a defensive end and linebacker specialist. Of course, he didn't keep Deion. He think he can beat you with the grits blitz. He think he can beat you by blitzing 60% of the damn time. Even in a run-heavy league, that's still not a winning formula. Why? Because as soon as that blitz don't get home, you're going to leave a lot of open space for a motherfucker to rip your ass apart down the goddamn field. Where's the identity? Where's the want to establish an identity? We didn't have it early. Early, we did not have it. And over the years, it didn't get any better. It never got any better. And then I look at the symbol of the team. What's the symbol of the Falcons? Well, it's a falcon. It's a falcon. In 1965, Julia Elliott, a high school teacher in Griffin, Georgia, wins a contest to name the Atlanta football team the Atlanta Falcons. How did she win this contest? Well, there were other people who submitted the name Falcons. Other people than Julia Elliott, but the difference is she went as far as to write an essay. an essay describing why you should name the Falcons the Falcons. Y'all check this out. In 1965, Julia Elliott, in an essay, she wrote an essay explaining the name of the Falcons for the Falcons. Gave the Falcons their name winning the contest by writing an essay that described a Falcon as proud and dignified with great courage and fight. And that's the short of it. Julia Elliott, high school teacher in the 1960s, won a contest to name the Atlanta football team the Atlanta Falcons by writing an essay that explained that that described a Falcon as a proud and dignified with great courage and fight. How does this team embody that of a Falcon? That's what the people organizing this franchise, organizing this organization, the Rankin Smith seniors, the Taylor Smiths, the Arthur Blanks. This is what they need to ask themselves. What embodies the symbol for my team, the Falcon? Julia Elliott, she put it the best way anybody's going to ever explain it. A proud and dignified is a Falcon is proud and dignified with great courage and fight. That word, fight. I want people to think about that word, fight. I want you to think about that. Usually, you only use the word fight when it's competitive. Whenever the bout between two people or two units, when it's competitive, either one could win. Who came out on top? Who didn't? When it's a landslide victory and somebody just get their ass shellacked, you usually don't call it a fight. You usually just call it an ass whooping. You usually just call it something like a bludgeoning, a shellacking. That's what you use words like that. That's gonna emphasize how dramatic the beat down was. I'm not gonna use fight because it really wasn't a fight. Somebody got their ass whooped. That one word in her description of a Falcon, fight. We've embodied that to a T. We've embodied the fight that a Falcon has. How do I know this? Because we probably have the most one-score losses and victories than anybody in the fucking league. If I could go over the stat, if I could go look into it right now, and I haven't done this, and I plan on doing it now that I'm thinking about it. If I could dig deep into this shit, and if I could just go deep into the motherfucker and say, well, how many one score losses and one score victories do the Falcons have compared to the other 31 teams in the league over the course of time? I guarantee you, or I can guarantee you this shit, the Falcons got more than anybody. And I'm really just going off of what I've seen over my time on this planet, watching football, watching the Falcons, especially over the course of the last 7 years. We've had more one-score victories. We've had more one-score losses than anybody in the league. I'm convinced of that. I'm almost for certain of that. fight. That's what fight is. We can build on fight. We can build on fight. We might have a history over these 60 years of falling short. We might have a history of making the wrong decisions of who we hire to be the coach, who we hire to be the general manager, who we hire to be the VP of player personnel, all that shit. We might not have a good history of hiring competent, ideal men for that job or those jobs. They are not the ideal candidates. But something I like to say, history got to start somewhere. 60, that's the number. 60. We in 2025. We in the 60th year of the Atlanta Falcons. We come from this. We come from this. A multi-purpose stadium for the entire Fulton County area of Atlanta. And if you're from Atlanta or have been in Atlanta and lived in Atlanta and you know anything about Atlanta, you know Fulton County is big as fuck. Anybody and everybody trying to figure out how they can schedule a fucking event for that damn stadium. We come from this to the Mercedes-Benz roof open or roof closed stadium. The infrastructure, oh my goodness, is state of the art, revered by everybody in the National Football League universe. "60 years. The Falcons have an opportunity to right wrongs. They got an opportunity to right the wrong of not hiring Vince Lombardi and instead hiring Nerb Hecker. They have the opportunity to right the wrong of being so indecisive of what they want this team to look like over these 60 years. Are we going to be known for being high flyers? Do we want a speedy secondary unit that can attack the ball and pick the ball off? Do we want to be big at defensive back and lay the boom on guys coming across the middle, coming up seams, coming out of digs, breaking up passes? Do we want to be high flying and hard hitting? Do we want to be gritty in the trenches? Which might I mind you, if you're not at least tough in the trenches, you can't even do shit with the secondary that you want to accomplish. So you still got to be stout up front. But do you want the ball hawks? You want ball hawking guys? Is that what you want? I've been making the defense for Raheem Morris and Jimmy Lake defenses over this past season that they played off the ball so much because they want the ability to attack the ball and cause more turnovers. You increase your chances of getting a turnover when you can attack the ball. Now, did I want them to come up some? Motherfuck yes. You don't have to play that far off to do that. You can play 5 yards off the ball, 4 yards off the ball, and still attack the ball. But I understood. High flying, soaring in the skies, taking the ball away. We've been inconsistent with doing that. Jesse Bates is the first safety in a very long time that we've had that we consider a ball hawk. And I'm not talking no damn Thomas Deku. Identity. You got the right to right the wrong of not establishing an identity for this team for 60 years this year. How do you do that? Do you say you go all in on defense? Somebody made a comment earlier. Matter of fact, I think it's the very first comment in the chat. Larry said, "What's going on, Blakberry? Rise up. I heard Raheem say everybody position on defense will be in competition. No position is going to be comfortable now." That's what he said he heard Raheem Morris say. And let me tell you why that's the start that you want from Raheem Morris. Let me tell you why that's the start that you want. Because not only is it going to give somebody an opportunity to step the fuck up and become a difference maker on this team, but it's also going to drive those that don't make the starting list and that are rotational pieces. It's going to give them the drive and the hunger to want to be just as impactful as the man in front of them, if not more. There is no complacency in this plan. There is no complacency. There is no settling for good enough, for just being a role guy, for just being a rotational piece. You want to hear shit like this from your head coach. You want to hear it because it lets me know now that he surely is not about to be playing games with anybody. If you're not cutting it, you will not be here. If you're not getting the job done, you will not be here or you will not be started. So that's the beginning of what I'm talking about. Setting a standard. That's how you start to set a standard. Setting a standard is the first thing you do in establishing an identity. Where he goes from here, I'm curious. Where he goes from here, I'm curious. The imprint that Ubrick is going to have on his defense. We know what we know where his specialty lies is in the linebacker group. What are we going to do on draft night with the 15th pick? What are we going to do? The edge position, not that of a defensive end, not that of a linebacker. It's a hybrid defensive player at edge, a big hybrid player. They're basically outside linebackers that have the ability to actually put their hands in the dirt too and get after the quarterback. They're outside linebackers who are also capable of, on a consistent basis, of generating pressure off of the edge. That's what an edge is. Ubrick is supposed to specialize in this. What's going to happen at 15? What's going to happen at 46? Curious to know. Will they trade back for more picks? I'm curious to know. Can't wait to find out. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go with Lenore. Said inconsistency. Southside said, well, Blackberry, with Matt Roddy Julio days, we were known for high-flying offenses. Yeah, but over 60 years, that's not a big gap in your history. It's not consistent enough. Miss Pam said Jared Glanville was defense coordinator under Lehman Bennett, better known as Grits Blitz defense. Yeah. Southside said, I thought you said Taylor Swift. King Rich said that's what our defense is missing, fight. And I know some guys in this draft that got a lot of fight. And I know a guy that they signed in free agency that got a lot of fight. Leonard Floyd. We know he got a lot of fight. A guy they re-signed in the secondary group, Mike Hughes, he got fight. He got fight too. A guy coming back off injury, D'Amico Helms, got a lot of fight. We done seen that young boy already give us a little sliver, a taste of what it is that he's capable of. Could have a breakout season. 3 Duddy in the building. What's up with your OG? He said, so could Grady have been a culture casualty? I'm not talking about that goddamn shit, 3 Duddy. Grady gave us what Grady was going to give us. That's what he did. He gave us what he was going to give us. Unfortunately, what he could give us was not enough. And he's gone. Hope he returns to retire with us one day. That's all I'm going to say. Georgia Tech boy say Morgan Fox got fight. I'm going to read Julia Elliott's summary of her essay in the 1960s for naming the Falcons. That essay described a Falcon as proud and dignified with great courage and fight. Proud and dignified with great courage and fight. Yeah, one way wheel up. Please don't say none that rhyme with Grady. Please don't. Or anything that sounds relatively like Tyler Algier. Just please don't do it. These are the owners for the Falcons over the 60 years. We're going to celebrate the Falcons. We're going to celebrate them. Rankin Smith Sr., thank you for bringing the Falcons to Atlanta. Thank you. Even though it was decided before you were the owner, thank you. Taylor Smith, thank you for keeping the Falcons in Atlanta. Arthur Blank, thank you for giving us a product that we can look forward to on Sundays, even though they tend to break our motherfucking hearts every fucking chance they get. Appreciate you. General managers, Frank Wall, appreciate you. Norm Van Brocklin, appreciate you. Pat Pepler, appreciate you. Eddie LeBaron, appreciate you. Tom Bratz, appreciate you. Dan Henning, appreciate you. Ken Harrop, appreciate you. Dan Reeves, you know we appreciate you, homie. Harold Richardson, appreciate you. Rich McKay, appreciate you. Thomas Dimitrov, appreciate you. Terry Fontenot, keep doing your thing. 60 years. And if anybody that's watching this after the fact is looking at the 1966 that's on the photo here, that's when the Falcons took their first snap in their first regular season game. But they were a franchise officially in 1965 when awarded the 15th franchise to be in the National Football League. Oh, shit. Now, who the fuck said his name? That hello, Will.
Hey, fool. Bro, I thought shit started at 4 something.
I started early.
I'm about to say, this shit say that nigga been live for an hour.
Yeah, I started early. I started around about 3:40 so. I started early. Um, people think I be being late when I start the show and I play music and shit. I'm not. It's by design. I'm doing that on purpose because it give me time to ruffle around and do shit that I do last minute when I'm getting in and out the truck.
And it's funny, like they saying shit in the comment by Great Jerry, and I just happen to be in the goddamn back.
Somebody just said don't say that shit because Will gonna come out of no and show no.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
What's up with you,
You
big homie?
rain. Hey man, now. I was sitting up
No,
here playing. I was sitting up playing Apex. I was waiting for you to start. And I look at it. I said, this shit 4:30. That nigga already live. Then I went on there. That motherfucker said, ow. I said, God damn.
yeah. But hey, man,
What you been talking about?
we talking about why the actually, you got here right when I'm finna get into the meat and potatoes of the day.
Oh, well, I'm right on time, man.
You right on time.
That
So I
mean that
just
mean us. I skipped the
yeah
part with the preacher doing all the talking and everything. I came with the choir. No, I came in
yeah
with the
yeah
choir. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, everybody done heard me preach. Now it's time for the benediction. So I just got finished going over some history with the Falcons, dating back to the birth of the Falcons, 1965.
Hmm.
Rankin Smith Sr. getting the reins to be the Atlanta Falcons owner and hiring Nerd Hecker instead of Vince Lombardi. And then we go into the other things and we establish why there hasn't been a history of trying to establish an identity on this team. But now we finna get into why the 60th anniversary year in 2025 could be the beginning of history making for the Falcons, developing a culture of winning. So I'll go on to say this, and then I'm gonna pass it on to you, Will, and let you bounce off of this.
All right.
For the Falcon fan that's lived longer than me, I've been on this planet going on 38 years. For the Falcon fan that's lived longer than me, you have been through so much heartache and pain with these Falcons. But you remain a Falcon fan because, like I explained earlier, they came into our living rooms a long time ago in a city that's known for adopting culture, known for adopting heritage, known for adopting the will to want to have and do more and be big. That's what this city is. That's what Atlanta is. Most places where people aren't accepted, you come to Atlanta, you not only can be accepted, you can thrive in Atlanta. That's what this city is.
Yep.
So when the Falcons came to Atlanta, they immediately were accepted. They immediately became family. And when we took on the Too Legit era with Deion Sanders and MC Hammer being on the sideline, doing the Too Legit sign on the sidelines for everybody to see, for the whole world to see. We took on even more of a persona of the city of Atlanta that no other team across any sport had ever done or ever seen before. Sports usually stayed out of the entertainment, the musical entertainment aspect of the entertainment. Sports entertainment did not consist of musical, you like, what's the hip thing right now? What's trending in society? Sports didn't take on those personas. Falcons did, and they became family to a city that loved it. But internally, we had the same issues we had our whole faction. No consistent establishment of an identity. So let's fast forward in time. Let's get to where we are now, 2025, and what's transpired over the last couple years. We just came off of an offensive minded head coach in Arthur Smith. Before him, it was a defensive minded coach in Dan Quinn. We were still showing those inconsistencies in what we want to be, what kind of football team we want to be. We still showed that inconsistency. Well, we made a move that I think goes under the radar. And it's a controversial move that a lot of content creators and a lot of fans were scratching their head about because they didn't feel like it was justified. And that was the firing of Jimmy Lake. And a lot of people gonna say, well, here, they fire coordinators all the time in Atlanta. After 1 year. What's new? What's new in Atlanta? Coordinators get fired around this motherfucker every fucking year. And you're right. But dare I say this? When Jimmy Lake went before the press after the bye week, and he gave the credit to Raheem Morris for making adjustments with the pass rush game, and that being instrumental in us being able to finally get pressures and sacks. Jimmy Lake is a front seven defensive minded coach. He worked with DBs a lot, but he also worked with linebackers and defensive ends. For him to give the credit to the head coach, who is defensive minded, but is very known for his defensive back work in his coaching career, for him to get that credit of the pass rush scheme being evolved to him, it was his one-way ticket out this motherfucker. A lot of people can think, well, he was going to be the fall guy if Raheem didn't succeed anyway. He was just waiting on Uber to be available. If you do what the fuck you supposed to do, your job is secure, regardless of what somebody's motives are. If your defense goes out and balls out, you still ain't got that. Whatever that motive was, it's about to change. Especially for a first-year play call on defense. So, what does it tell me? The firing of Jimmy Lake, knowing the variables and the details that I know. What it tells me is that there is an identity that's trying to be established on this football team on the defensive side of the ball. When the adjustments were made to the defense and the pressures and the sacks were plentiful, but the secondary lacked, that told me that the embodiment of the symbol of this football team, which is that of a Falcon, which I just read to you all a couple times, that Julia Elliott in 1966, in 1965, in her essay describing a Falcon as proud and dignified with great courage and fight. A Falcon is swift. A Falcon is ruthless in the air.
The embodiment of this team is that to be a team that will pick your motherfucking ass off. A team that will attack the ball. But we still got to be able to generate pressures because you can't establish that identity without a pass rush. You can't establish that identity if a team can just run up and down the field on your ass and you never get the opportunity to pass rush and you never get the opportunity to pick the damn ball off. You don't get that opportunity. Jesse Bates is a motherfucking ball hawk. Justin Simmons is a motherfucking ball hawk. Clark Phillips III is a motherfucking ball hawk. AJ Terrell got more defended passes than probably anybody in this goddamn league. And now the boy done finally learned how to use his damn hands and catch the goddamn ball. The league is in trouble. Because I'm telling y'all, an identity is being established on this football team now. For all of those that don't like Raheem Morris and don't trust Raheem Morris, I'm gonna be real with you, I don't trust the some bitch yet neither. Because this theory of mine that I have behind this, he got to show me that this is what it is. But the signs are there that this is what's trying to be accomplished. I will not be blinded by my disdain for what he did in 2024. I will not be blinded by that. We do not have time, ladies and gentlemen. We do not have time. 60 years, no trophy. 60 years, no rings. 60 years, no Hall of Famers outside of maybe a couple guys. I think we got what? We got Deion Sanders. If you count him, I guess you're gonna count Deion. Who else? Is Nobis? Is Tommy Nobis is he in the Hall of Fame? Either way it go, we ain't got a whole lot of motherfuckers that came to this team and made the Hall of Fame. We ain't got no jury. We ain't got no banners, but yet we got a brand new fucking Mercedes-Benz stadium that's state of the art and revered amongst the league. It got to make sense at some point, y'all. And we don't have time for all the bullshit. We gotta be careful about who we pay this and who we pay that, because we can't trade away our future. 60 years and you worried about what's gonna happen in 2027. 60 years and you worried about what's gonna happen in 2026. 60 years and you worried about not having a first round draft pick in 2026 or in 2027. 60 fucking years. We don't have time for the bullshit. Alter Blank go to bed every motherfucking night with death on one end of the bed and Father Time on the other. Singing that some bitch lullabies at night, putting his motherfucking ass to sleep. And he hope the Sandman don't keep his ass out forever. But we want to be safe and not pay a motherfucker what the motherfucking market say he worth. We want to be safe and not make a splash trade to get a motherfucker here that gonna make a difference on this motherfucking football team. I don't give a fuck what they do. But I do know this. Raheem Morris, like Larry said in the chat, he said in a press conference yesterday, nobody's safe on defense. All positions will be challenged. That right there tell me already that Raheem Morris done got his head out his ass, at least for now. And he wants to establish a standard and an identity on this fucking football team. This the time. The time is now. Fuck 2026. Fuck 2027. This the time. We got motherfuckers in this draft right now that can come on this team and make a world of a fucking difference. Impact players. Malachi Starks, Jalen Walker, Jack Sawyer, Derek Harmon, Kenneth Grant. Hell, you want to get real jazzy? You want to get real jazzy about the shit? Move up into the top 3 and see if you can get that and get that boy at Edge, who name escaping me right now. I don't Abdul Carter. See if you can get that motherfucker. Get somebody that's gonna make a difference on this team. Impact guys, impact players, plug and play motherfuckers. This the time now. Your offense is a rook sitting on the corner of the motherfucking board, waiting on the opponent to move that goddamn pawn from in front of that motherfucking king. Because as soon as he do, it's checkmate. The offense is the rook. Who gonna be the knights on defense that put us in checkmate? Who gonna be the knights? I think Raheem Morris got an idea. And I think he is on the verge of establishing an identity on this team because he knows that we don't have a whole lot of fucking time for all the number crunchers out there. What you got on the big wheel?
All right. He was a little long-winded now, so I'm trying to understand the question.
And
So hold on.
then I ain't
So
realizing when in my headset no more.
yeah.
Shit.
So the question is, do we feel like it's our year this year, or what? What was the question?
How much time you think do you think they got a how much time do you think the Falcons have
To win the chip?
to win a chip?
Well, man, I think it all gonna be. I think it all gonna be attached on what our coaches do. How good of coaches do we have? Do we have the developing type of coaches, or do we have coaches that only coach well with guys that are already talented? That's the question.
That's a fair question.
You know what I'm saying? So if Raheem have any idea or any direction to where he want this team to go, then I feel we can succeed.
Hmm.
But we're gonna have to be healthy and we're gonna have to have a plan.
A
Now,
surefire plan. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Now we ain't made it to the Super Bowl twice. We just haven't been able to finish. We ain't had teams that had um what you want to say, what you want to call it, an identity, but not able to get over the hump.
Right.
We got to be able to finish it. You know what I mean? And what's the number one thing you need to have a successful team?
The number one thing, the very first thing.
You need a quarterback that can lead the team. You remember Matt Ryan was that type that wasn't scared to say shit to nobody. He'd cut your ass out, get fucking
Yeah.
telling Julio Jones get fucking set. He was cussing goddamn Tony Gonzalez out. If a team feel like they can get behind a quarterback and the quarterback is willing to throw his body on the line, you remember Matt Ryan that playoff thing run we was doing, and he threw his body on the line against Green Bay,
Yes.
jumped and
Yes.
scored the end zone, but the whole
Yes.
goddamn stadium was goddamn rocking.
Yep.
They want somebody that they believe in. You remember when Georgia Bulldog and your boy Stetson Bennett, I know they don't like him around this motherfucker, but Stetson Bennett put his body on the line, them boy went out there and played. And you seen last year when Carson Beck weak ass couldn't lead the
Right.
team. You seen the difference. You seen the difference,
Yeah.
bro.
That's why Stetson got the key to the motherfucking city, man. That's why he got the key to the city. Yep.
Every successful
Somebody, you
team
you
got
right
a
about that,
strong.
Will. somebody you can believe in, somebody you
Right.
can fucking root for. Yeah,
You can
you're right.
go look back through all the Super Bowl champions. Every one of them got a strong led quarterback team. They might not have been the most talented quarterback, but they were strong led. They had leadership capabilities. Terry
Right,
Bradshaw, he wasn't the most talented motherfucker, but he'll put his bite on the line.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Joe Flacco, when he came in, he had a great defense over there, but he was willing to throw them risky throws. He was willing to put his bite on the line to get there and lead that team. He wasn't the
Flacco was
most
very
talented. Matt
decisive in
Ryan,
his decision making. Yeah,
right? Matt Ryan was more talented than Joe Flacco, but Joe Flacco had a better situation. So if we build this team around depth, and thrive on development, oh, we can go far. We can go far. But it's gonna take our coaches to take that step. Point blank and period. We can't get past that. You only as good as your preparation. How much are you willing to prepare? To prepare. That's the difference between college and pro. Your preparation.
or how well prepared are you? Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what I think it. That's what I think it
So,
lean on, bro.
so let me ask you this: the sense of urgency to win. How high is it between you? If you had on a scale from 1 to 10, if you had to say the intensity of the sense of urgency to win for the Falcon franchise, where it's at right now on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the most extreme.
Right now, it's up
Right
there.
now,
It's at the 9-10 rate. It's up there.
it's up there.
Cause your boy Raheem feel that seat warming up. You know, Atlanta turn their back on you quick if you don't produce.
And you
So
know what? That's I didn't want to see. I wanted to use a different angle of why the sense of urgency is what it is now. Outside of
ain't no cutting the bullshit. Just rip the band-aid off.
yeah,
Tell her how it is.
but because we use the proverbial hot seat all the time with this why this coach need to win now. This why this coach. But I wanted to take it a bit further for the fan base, and I want them to see this. That's why I put this up here, Will. This is why I put this up here. Because I want to remind fans how long it's been since this team was factional. And how long it's been since we ain't won a motherfucking thing. I want y'all to see, I want the fan base to see this shit. For all the motherfuckers out there that's gonna come up with some stupid ass fucking excuse for why we still need to be gentle and passive. Why we still need to be safe with how much money we spend. How about you just hope that the motherfuckers know how to develop the young talent that they get every 4 years so you can just recycle and repeat that shit and not have to worry about paying a motherfucker a whole bunch of money? How about you worry about that? So if you got to pay somebody some money right now, that's why I don't mind what Cincinnati did with Higgins and with Chase. I don't mind what they did. Because what they're doing is that they're saying that we are going to trust our development process. And we're going to keep our core guys that we think can make this team dynamic. We're going to keep them here. We're going to make sure they're still here. And we're going to trust that we can develop the young talent. We're going to trust our ability to go find diamonds in the rough. Guys that are the glue guys. That's why I do like some of that conversation that they was having the other night about the glue guys. Because you're right. You need the glue guys. But you don't be afraid to spend some money to put you over the top. Don't be afraid to go get a name. Because sometimes a name is a name for a reason. It's because they get the motherfucking
But don't
job done.
don't just go get a name, just get a name, get a name that fits.
No, agreed. You don't go get a name just because it's a name. You go get a name that you when you go and look at the evidence shows you he gonna come give you what you need. But my stance on all of this for 2025, I wouldn't even go the route of doing it in the trade blocks or the free agency. I see these guys in this draft. I see the young talent in this draft. The guys I don't went and did extensive film on and looked at why they are being preferred, why they're being looked at as being league ready. The guys like Derek Harmon, the guys like Kendall Grant, the guys like Abdul Carter, the guys like Malachi Starks. I'm looking at what they bring to the table on film and why they are being looked at like this. It's because they impact players. It's because it don't matter what's next to them. They are going to impact the game in some kind of way. Even though them Georgia boys, they still on my shit list for disappearing in big games. They still on my shit list. But when I go look at the tape, the film don't lie, y'all. The film do not lie. The Georgia boys coming out in this draft, they got that motherfucking shit for your ass. They're going to be impact players on somebody's football team. Malachi Starks, while I don't think you should get a safety at 15, if you staying at 15 and ain't moving and ain't doing nothing else, I think you go interior defensive lineman. But let me tell you why I wouldn't be mad at Malachi Starks. Because Malachi Starks is going to be an impact player on this football team. He going to make difference plays, like picking the ball off, like creating a fumble, like coming up and putting their hat down there in the trenches and stuffing a motherfucking short and fourth and short pickup. He going to do shit like that. That's why Malachi Starks is perfect for this motherfucking defense, because he's versatile. But we got plenty of these guys in this draft. I think we can do what I'm talking about in the draft. That's why I ain't afraid of trading away a Kyle Pitts. I ain't afraid of trading away a Tyler Algier. I ain't afraid of trading away them guys, because I know that the offense is going to still be really, really good. Still in that rook position. Still in that checkmate position. The offense can still hang without those two guys. That's why I don't mind trading them away and packaging them with some future first-round picks or future second-round picks to get back in the first. Get you 2 first-round picks. Go all in this motherfucking draft. Because I don't think you got a whole lot of fucking time to be playing the radio with no goddamn body. And I'm ready to see a motherfucking championship. That's my skinny on it. I'm with the shits. I'm with the shits. What
I ain't going to get no interior defensive line. Fuck that. I'm not spending no pick that high on that. Y'all just got rid of a player because of money. You finna have to pay this goddamn defensive interior lineman big boy money.
Why?
Because he gonna have to get above market. If he come in and produce, he gonna be above market price.
Why
and them
we
motherfuckers
worried
going for
about that
20
in
million right now?
2025? Why we worried about that in 2025 though?
Because we already said we got defensive tackles already. That's what everybody been saying. We got defensive tackle that's already ready to go right now. And Grady will holding them back.
If we got impact players in defensive tackle. I know we got guys that we think can blossom. And I am with that. I think the Roots can blossom. I think the Dorleses can blossom. I do believe that. But
I think Malachi bring more value than the defensive interior line.
well, that should be.
I think he
Like I
bring
said,
more value.
I wouldn't be mad at a Malachi Starks pick because I see what he can bring to the table. That's why I wouldn't be mad at it. And I can still get a quality guy like a Deion Walker who I know is gonna be real tough in the trenches in like the fourth round. You might be able to get a Deion Walker in the fourth round.
You can
So I
get
ain't too mad at it.
it's a lot of defensive tackles in that
It
draft. You
ain't that
get you one in the
it
second
ain't that
and third.
it
Ain't
ain't
no
as many
lot
as
of
you think.
Malachi Stars out there.
It's more edges. It's more edges and linebackers than DTs. But what Miss Pam said, Miss Pam had said something. It looked funny because she used the shit emoji. I ain't never seen her do that before. She say Matt Ryan was that dude. He didn't take no crap. Shit emoji from
Exactly.
nobody.
Can't take no shit. You're right,
That head
Auntie.
coach at San Francisco used to be our offensive coordinator. He remained nameless.
You seen the picture they had on goddamn X Twitter? I said
Uh-uh.
that shit. That nigga he had aged 20 years in just 8 seasons.
That motherfucker do look old now. He do. 330 said 8 now rising after the draft. And then he did some goddamn gang signs right there. What all the gang sign shit is, 330? Thought you was the OG. You still throwing up gang sign? Pamela Johnson say it's long overdue. It's long overdue, man, Pam. It's time to, it's 60 years. This the happy 60th, let's be clear, version of what we gonna do tomorrow night on the Rex Pit. Um, I'm about to get out this motherfucking traffic and get to Olive Garden and eat me some salad and some pasta.
Olive Garden.
Yes, sir. What my auntie say? She said you can make your own pasta. That's a waste of money. I say when I feel like making pasta, I still don't make no damn pasta. I open a can of ravioli.
I can't eat no ravioli. Fuck that. That should taste like covered dog shit. That's what it tastes.
Hey, boy, I fuck up some ravioli when my kid when I'm lazy about it and I don't feel like fixing nothing for the kid, and I pop open that ravioli shit. I'll pop one for myself.
Yeah, I used to eat them a while back. You had to add the hot sauce and the seasoning to it, make that thing pop out. But yeah, I can't eat it now.
Mm-hmm. Get
I
you some
can't eat
Wonder
that shit
Bread.
now.
Yo,
But I ain't heard Wonder
Cody,
Bread in
like
so
Cody
long.
say, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. What's up with you, Cody Caleb, man? I ain't never seen your name in here before, man. Appreciate you for checking in with me. Hey, man, everybody do your boy Blackberry a favor. If you really down for your boy, if you're really down for your boy Blackberry, hit that share button and share this on your Facebook, share this on your Instagram or your X. Do your boy a favor and just share the stream out. Let's get them subs up, man, so we can start getting real busy out here in these streets, man. Let's get the subs up so we can get real busy out here. Big Will, before we turn it off, before we turn it down, I want you to tell me something.
What up?
Now you know me and you, we with the shits. I don't give a fuck.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If Grady Jerry, if his name
Oh my
is
God.
cemented,
Blackberry, why
hold
you
on,
bringing it
hold on,
back
stay
to me?
with me. Stay with me here. Stay with me here. Stay with me. If his name is cemented in the Falcons camp forever, which I believe it is, he gonna be immortalized in the Atlanta Falcons franchise. Some way, somehow, he'll be immortalized in the Falcons franchise.
Oh yeah, he come back to the ring of honor.
Right. What can we get? Or who can we get? Let me change that. Who can we get? What's a name out there right now? What's a name out there? Whether it's in the draft, whether it's somebody that you hearing tied to the Falcons might be going after in the trade blocks. What's a name out there right now that can live up to the greater Jerry standard in Atlanta?
Oh well, that shit they're gonna have to be earned. That was earned over years.
But who capable
Anybody
of it? I
anybody
want
can
you to
come
tell me
have
who
one good
capable of it.
year. I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. There's a lot of good defensive tackles out there. You got your boy Nolan out of Ole Miss. Uh,
It ain't even
Texas
got to
got
be
two.
defensive tackle. I'm just talking about somebody that embodies what Grady represents
Oh, I
for the
already
Falcons.
said I'm sticking on it. Malachi Scott. I believe he's gonna be here. Impact player, bro. Two position we was weak at last year. Nickel and safety. We gave up a lot of big players at safety.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse Bates was taking more chances at safety because he was trying to what you call it, overcompensate for the other safety. So he was taking chances and they was getting burnt. So he adds that strength to that defense to where Jesse Bates don't have to take too many chances like that and trust his counterpart to do his job. You feel what I'm saying? So
Right.
I really think he'll be a day one contributor, or he bring competition to that team to everybody else feel they got to step their game up or they ain't gonna have no job. So it's a
Let me ask you
win-win
this.
either way it go.
Let me ask
Win-win.
you this. Do D'Amico Halums, do he provide that competition that could bring out the best in both him and Malachi Stars?
Well, Halen's gonna be an outside corner, so he's not gonna be battling with him. It's more like Clark
You think he
Phillips or
gonna be an
something like that.
outside corner?
Yeah, that's
D'Amico
where he
Halums?
played. That's where he played his best at outside.
No.
Played his best ball outside. He played outside last year.
Halums? He was hurt
Oh,
last
you
year.
talking about Hitman Halo? You talking about the safety?
Yeah,
No, I don't know what
yeah.
he got. I don't know what he got. I can't even answer that truthfully. I don't know what he got. What he got to bring to the team, but he can if he step up to the plate with Malachi. If Malachi starts and drafted, then it's a win for us because now we got depth at defensive back. You feel what I'm saying? Well, we was terrible at like linebacker and defensive back. Now it becomes our strength because they focused on it in the all season.
I got one more question for you. How hard do you think they go in the draft at linebacker? Do you think they should do one, two, three picks? How hard
I
do you
think we're
think they
going
should
one
go at
pick.
linebacker?
Well, hold up. Are we using the outside linebackers like edge rushers or what? So that's a difference
Yeah, yeah, we got to
because
we actually we
if
got to
we use
count
them like
edge.
edge.
Yeah, we
So
got to count edge guys too in
true
linebacker.
true
Yep.
linebacker, we get one. But if you're talking about outside linebacker that you see potential in as edge, then I can see it is more as like two to three of them. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I
I
agree
think we'll
with that.
draft one more true linebacker, a coverage linebacker. Shit, it wouldn't hurt me if they wouldn't have got small money. It wouldn't hurt me. I wouldn't feel bad about
I think everybody feel like Smile Monday can come in here and actually uh be developed very well in this defense. I think so.
it. The only
I think
thing that
so.
slows small money down is soft tissue injuries. If he can get over the soft tissue injuries, that boy is a baller. He come hit and he cover whatever in front of him. So only
All
thing
right, so
slowing him down was soft tissue. So
so this is what
that's
I'm
what
gonna
I'm.
do. This is what I'm gonna do for this comment, Will. And you let me know if you want to do this or not. But I think it's necessary. I'm gonna allow this one time and one time final. One last time.
Uh,
I think
you
you
can
gotta
say
run
something,
it.
but I'm not. I had
Whoa, whoa,
enough of
whoa.
that great
I
Jerry yesterday.
wait a minute. I think you gotta see uninterrupted. I think you got a good run in.
I ain't got no more.
Uninterrupted.
On my.
Larry say, what the hell was Greater Jared's stand up? Let's be real. Cause I ain't never knew it was dude play okay. Who who whole career, despite graded out of position, dude still wasn't a menace to the offensive line.
You're absolutely correct, Larry. Appreciate your comment. I'm not doing it, boy. I said enough yesterday. I said I'm shut it up. I let his name slip out earlier today. I'm not doing no more.
Oh shit. All right,
Y'all already know. Y'all already know how I feel about it.
I'm gonna keep this real, man. Um, Grady had a period where he was a menace to our offensive line. He had about a 3-year stretch of that Well, he was considered to be in the top 3 in defensive tackles in this league. He was. A lot of it wasn't shown on the stat sheet when he was in that prime, but teams knew that they had to deal with Grady Jarrett when they came to play the Falcons. So to say he wasn't a menace, I can't agree with that. He absolutely did have that period. Well, they didn't want to go up against Grady Jarrett. Even with double teams being thrown at him, it didn't matter. So when we talking about what's going on with Grady right now, we talking about what just done transpired over the past couple seasons, and that's what we doing our analysis off of, and some of those of us that saying it was time for him to go, that's what we doing it off of. But we ain't by no means gonna disrespect the man like that. By no means at all. I will not do that. Now that is slander, Larry. That's slander, and I can't let you do that. But we appreciate your comment. And he said to me, go ahead and say to you, I don't know what the hell Will was talking about. Go and get 5 seconds.
Oh,
What's up with you,
got that name mixed up when you talking.
But hey man, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. But if you just a quick summary of what the show was about. We celebrating the 60th for the Falcons in 2025. In June, it will be the 60th anniversary of the Atlanta Falcons being established in Atlanta. We don't got a whole lot of time, y'all. We ain't got a whole lot of time to be sitting back and counting the checkbook. We ain't got a whole lot of time to be sitting back and waiting for the right coach to become available. Who you like and who you don't like don't mean a goddamn thing. If we win a championship while the young bull is still in his rookie deal, Michael Penix, that's what you want to do. You want to win while he's still in his rookie deal. That's what you want to do. Because if you win while he's still in the rookie deal, you can make a damn good case for why you can put new pieces around him and you can rinse and repeat that motherfucking shit. Just like they did in Kansas City, just like they did in New England, just like they did in San Francisco back in the day, just like they did in Dallas back in the day, just like they did in most of these motherfucking teams that done won multiple championships. They were able to rinse and repeat. You have to win while they in their rookie deal. You win while they in their rookie deal, you can make any fucking thing happen. We in year 60 and we ain't won shit, and y'all motherfuckers still want to count the motherfucking checkbook. With that being said, this been your boy Blakberry. Appreciate you for joining us on Let's Be Clear. Catch us on the flip side, home team.
Hey. Say.
Let's be clear. Shoo! I had to die or die when you drive will make you need it all. Don't get out the life, the shedding on your wood. For 12 sticks of your farms, like that eat on my void. Better more terror, big clear till you bad for. You been eating off in thoughts, I've been living off what you saw. When the court favors, you pack now and laters. That's exceptionally flawed, let's be clear. Let's be clear. If you make it taste funny, you laugh into the bay. If you corny at the mouth, put some use to that's now home team.